I see you wrote a negative review of The Dark Knight Rises. Let me explain something to you. The Dark Knight Rises has an 86% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which means your opinion is wrong! You wanted to hate The Dark Knight Rises, don't deny it. Last December, when they previewed the first 6 minutes of the movie, you said Bane's voice was hard to understand. You are biased. You had it out for this movie since the very beginning, and yet you still wrote a review. Who the hell let you write a review? Journalistic integrity, what's that? Here's another one. Unbelievable. I don't even have to read it. The fact that Rotten Tomatoes categorizes it as rotten is all I need to do to call you out in your unfair and ill-considered criticisms. Whatever problems you think you had with the movie are no doubt explained somewhere in one of the comic books, which you obviously didn't read. Here's you, alright? Oh, a film must be judged on its own merits. It can't rely on the source material. Anything an audience needs to know ought to fit somewhere in the 3-hour runtime. You call yourself a professional film reviewer. The Dark Knight Rises is awesome. And if you can't be bothered to write a decent review, then I can't be bothered to write a properly punctuated, capitalized, or spelled response. Enduring my bad grammar and incoherent ramblings shall be your penance for having a contrary opinion. And this lady's arguing The Dark Knight Rises is a bit of a disappointment. You're a bit of a disappointment. You have no credibility. A couple months ago you gave a positive review to a completely unrelated movie that I thought was complete crap, so your argument's invalid. And you're a woman. Which means I'm going to address you as honey or sweetie in all my righteously condescending correspondence. That's right. Better don your misogyny retardant undies, lady, because I'm about to bust out attitudes and stereotypes so archaic and repugnant they'd make people from the early 19th century blush. And what is it with you women anyway? I mean, seriously. Just last month I had to put that tropes versus women in video games lady in her place by constantly harassing her over observations she hasn't yet made in a video series she hasn't yet produced. Ugh. This one's 3 out of 5 stars. Unbelievable. You know, I identify so fervently with Batman that my self-worth is irrevocably tied to this film's success, so a negative review is a slight against me. And you give it 3 out of 5 stars. You bully. I hope you get cancer. Lots and lots of cancer. And I hope you die from that cancer. And I hope your 14% rotten corpse is defiled by a herd of jackrabbits. Jackrabbits with mange. And I hope your worthless Batman-hating soul is punted directly into the 9th flank of hell, where it's repeatedly sodomized by Christian Bale's beatific bat voice until you recognize the majesty, the splendor that is Nolan's trilogy. Christopher Nolan is peerless. The Dark Knight Rises is flawless. Batman is God. You do not get to give him a bad review. You have to like it. You have to. Suggesting it's anything less than perfection is blasphemy. Blasphemy. Blasphemer. How dare you not like it as much as I'm sure I will when it opens on Friday. 3 stars. 3 stars? You can't do this to him. Nobody does this to the Batman. You hear me? No one. No. No. You can't